I spent years worrying about things that I couldn't control. Protecting my peace changed everything. There was times when I thought loving people meant carrying their problems. I worried about everybody, my children, my family, my friends, and I lost sleep over things that I couldn't fix. I stressed myself sick over decisions that weren't mine to make. But what I know now is caring for someone and carrying someone is two different things. At some point, you have to learn to love people without sacrificing yourself. You pray for them, support them, and encourage them. But you cannot live their life for them. So while you're sitting up at 2 a.m. worrying about them, some people are sleeping just fine. I've learned that peace comes when you stop trying to control things that are beyond your control. Not because you don't care, but because you finally understand that your health matters too. Your peace matters too. Your joy matters too. What I know now is sometimes the best thing you can do is stepping back, trusting God, and let people walk their own journey and protect your peace while you do it. Be blessed.
You know, I used to be living with regret, like certain experiences I went with people. Oh, I regret this. Oh, I regret that. But it comes a time in your life where you realize everything you went through, it was for a reason. It's always a life lesson involved. It might be the most terrible thing in the world, but I guarantee you learned a lesson from it. You know what I'm saying? Because we all go through things for a reason. And you'll have a whole different outlook on things. You'll be able to pinpoint things. You know, certain type of people, certain type of character flaws, certain type of behavior, certain type of manipulation techniques. Like, never look at it with regret. Always take it as a life lesson, because that's exactly what it is, y'all. You don't go through anything for no reason. There's always a reason behind everything that happens in life. It's just all how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe. It's always a life lesson.
The life lessons that saved me years of regret. You know what's funny? We spend so much of our lives trying to avoid mistakes, only to realize later the mistakes were the teachers. Think about it. If life came with a GPS, half of us would still miss the exit because we'd say, nah, I know a shortcut, and somehow end up in emotional construction traffic. Here's what I've learned. Regret isn't always about making the wrong choice. Sometimes it's about waiting to travel, waiting to start, waiting to forgive yourself, waiting until you're ready.
Young ladies, listen. And if you choose not to listen, that's on you. But if you pay attention and apply what I'm about to tell you, it will save you a lifetime of heartache and bullshit. Okay, number one, get your relationship with God. Now, if you don't want to hear that, you might want to scroll on, because one thing about it, I'm going to talk about God. Get your relationship with God. Number two, learn how to love yourself. I mean, fall so deeply in love with yourself that nobody else can love you that way other than God. Okay? Number three, be so emotionally intact with yourself that you know what makes you happy, sad, cry, all the things, right? Know how to regulate your own nervous system. Okay? Number four, establish yourself. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out how to make the money, how to create a foundation for yourself, something that nobody can ever take away from you. Understand? Because if you do those things, and last but not least, affirm yourself. Always tell yourself that you're beautiful, that you're enough, you're more than enough, all the things, right? You do that. If you do those things in your younger years, your teenage years, your early 20s, I can guarantee you this. There will not be a pissy tail, nappy-headed, arrogant, narcissistic, manipulative ass little boy or young man or older man for that matter, that can come into your life and knock you off your rocker and have you thinking things that are untrue. Okay? And always remember, being alone and being lonely are not the same. Learn how to enjoy your own company, and I can guarantee you this: you will live a life without many heartaches, and most definitely without all the bullshit.
I have made so many mistakes in 64 years. I just hope that I can save you from making a few of them. Stop watering dead plants. Some people aren't growing with you anymore. No matter how much love, time, or effort you pour into them, they're never going to become who you keep hoping they'll be. Peace is so much more valuable than being right. Not every argument deserves your energy. Some people would rather win the fight than keep the relationship. Let them. The first time someone shows you who they are, it is a lesson. But that second time, it's a choice. Your body is keeping score of the stress that your mouth keeps saying you're fine about. Listen to it before it forces you to, because it will as you get older. Stop waiting for life to calm down before you start living it. Life doesn't calm down. You just get better at living in the middle of it. If you keep abandoning yourself to keep someone else, you will lose both. Some apologies are just like a reset button for the next bad behavior. Watch what changes, not what gets promised. Love deeply, but not blindly. You can have a soft heart and sharp boundaries. Some doors don't open because they're not your door. Stop standing there knocking. Your life is waiting somewhere else, not behind that door. Don't wait for perfect timing. It's already late. You can outgrow people without hating them. Let it be gentle. Don't wait 64 years to learn what I just told you. You can't rewind, babe. But you can make today the day things start changing.
No one told me to expect these things during divorce. That's what I wish somebody would have told me when I decided to rebuild my life from scratch all over again. Number one, have a savings. Financial independence is freedom. Whether you're married or planning to leave, the biggest mistake you can make is relying solely on that man for your stability. When the time comes where you have to make quick decisions, you need to have an emergency fund to eliminate some of the panic that's about to come your way. Which leads me to number two, your peace is worth protecting. During this time, the smallest of things can become overstimulating. And if you have kids, that's a whole nother battle. It's easy to get caught up and like you need to go outside, explore. It's like putting a band-aid on a broken leg. Take this time to yourself. Which leads me to practice saying no. That's a full sentence. But sometimes choosing yourself is the healthiest decision you could have ever made. And no, you're not being difficult. That is what you call protecting boundaries, something that you probably lost throughout your marriage. And don't confuse chaos with passion. A calm life is not boring. That is healing in real time. Don't underestimate the importance of regulating your nervous system. When you finally decide to leave, you will be in this state of fight or flight. It's time to settle down. Another thing, rebuilding takes way longer than people think or are willing to admit. And it's okay, because it's not this one big breakthrough. Sometimes you're going to feel like you failed. One day you might feel like you're over it. The next day you're crying. It's all a part of the process. It leads me to, you can love someone and still have to leave them. There will be parts of your journey where you'll think about the person that you left. And it won't be all the bad that they did. It'll also be the good that they did. Because after all, you were married. You love this person. To leave doesn't just change your relationship status. It changed the relationship that you have with yourself. And that is the relationship that I'm committed to protecting.
It's been 20 years since I was 35, but here's the advice I wish someone had shared with me back then. The years you think are slow are the ones you'll miss the most. Pay attention. Learn what you love before you learn what loves you back. Buy really good sheets. You will sleep there a third of your life. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Strength train. Your future self is begging you. Pick up a hobby that doesn't earn you anything. No content, no income, just yours. Open the retirement account before you fully understand it. You'll understand it later. Learn your family's recipes before they live only in someone's memory. Clean the room, not because you hate yourself, but because you deserve a calm place to land. Learn to be alone without being lonely. That skill compounds. Get the physical, the annual one. Every year, no negotiating. Every once in a while, print the photos. Phones break, walls don't. Be early. It tells people what they're worth. Learn how your own money works. Don't outsource that to anyone, ever. You don't need a whole new life. You need a new set of daily decisions. Your children will remember how you were, not what you bought. And seek God. He loves you so much. Hope that helps.
Spoiler alert, nobody feels ready. The people with the happiest lives aren't the ones who had perfect timing. They're the ones who moved anyway. And here's another lesson that took me way too long. You can't save everyone. Some people hand you their problems like they're passing out party favors. Meanwhile, you're carrying everybody else's baggage, wondering why your back hurts. Care, love, support. Absolutely. But don't confuse kindness with becoming someone else's full-time emotional storage unit. There's a difference. Another thing, your peace is expensive. Stop giving it away for free. Every unnecessary argument, every toxic friendship, every person who keeps showing you exactly who they are, believe them. The first red flag isn't decoration, it's a warning label. And can we stop trying to win every battle?
When you reach 85, are you going to look back on the last 20 years and regret anything? I asked 10 people aged between 75 and 85 what their biggest regrets were, and not one of them said they'd wished they'd worked longer. Not one said they wished they'd saved more money. Their answers might make you rethink the next 10 years of your life. Here were the top 5 regrets. Number 1, they wished they had retired earlier. Many stayed in jobs they no longer enjoyed because they were afraid they wouldn't have enough money. Looking back, they realised they had traded healthy years for extra dollars they never really needed. Number 2, they wished they'd spent more money earlier in retirement, not recklessly, just on the things that mattered: experiences, family, hobbies, and making memories. At 80, having money in the bank isn't much comfort if your knees won't let you do what you dreamed of doing. Number 3, they wished they'd taken better care of their health. The harsh reality is health is the currency of retirement. Without it, travel becomes harder, hobbies become harder, and independence can disappear far quicker than expected. Number 4, they wished they'd found a hobby. When work ends, you need something that gets you out of bed with a purpose. The people who stayed active, curious and connected seemed far happier than those that sat at home waiting for life to happen. Number 5, they wished they'd travelled more, not because of the destinations, because of the experiences, the stories, the people they met, the memories they still talk about decades later. And the biggest lesson, most people don't regret the things they did, they regret the things they kept putting off. If there's something you've been waiting to do one day, this might be your reminder that one day arrives faster than you think. I'm 65, and after talking to people in their 70s and 80s, I've realised retirement isn't about having the most money when you die. It's about having the most life while you're still alive. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you regret.
It's easy to say that you would have done things differently in the past, that you would have chosen a better man to have a child with, that you would have left as soon as you found out about the affair, that you would have practiced better judgment in choosing your friends and romantic partners. It's easy to say all of these things now because it's the current version of you with your current knowledge that is able to say these things. You wouldn't have the wisdom that you do now to know that you'd want to go back and change those things in the first place had you not gone through those things. Let me repeat that. It's the lessons you learned from those shitty experiences that is giving you your wisdom now. You had to go through those things to level up. You had to go through those things to be a better you. You had to go through those things to realize that you deserve better. For this reason, I don't believe in regret. I believe in gathering data from the world around you and your experiences and using that data to program a better future for yourself. Your past is your friend. Without it, you literally wouldn't know how to improve or be an improved version of you.
if you are not in your 40s, you need to watch this video so that you don't end up regretting this when you get to your 40s. So this video consists of a couple of things that people in their 40s regret now. Number 1, not saving enough money early. 2, living paycheck to paycheck for too long. 3, accumulating unnecessary debt. Spending more to impress people than building your future. Not investing when they had the opportunity to. Ignoring opportunities to learn new things. Staying too long in a job that they hated. Waiting for the perfect time to start business. Not taking education or self-improvement, self-development seriously. Caring too much about other people's opinion. Ignoring red flags in relationship. Choosing comfort over growth. Losing touch with good friends. Taking parents and loved ones for granted. Neglecting family for too long. Waiting too long to pursue their dreams. Constant procrastination, not taking care of their physical health. Ignoring regular medical checkups. Not eating healthy for years. Ignoring signs of burnout, not getting enough sleep. Holding grudges for years. Refusing to forgive themselves. Not learning how to manage emotions. Saying yes where they should have said no. Not building their confidence early, not able to speak up boldly. Letting opportunity pass because of self-doubt or what people will say or fear. Spending too much buying luxury instead of assets. Depending on one source of income. Ignoring networking opportunities. Some of them did it because, they did not network because they were proud. And they were even broke and proud. Like, I want to be on my own. See your mates. They made it early. They network. They get contacts. See your mates. Not building meaningful professional relationships. Don't take it for granted. Burning bridges with people unnecessarily. It will affect. Forgetting to enjoy life while chasing success. Not taking calculated risk when they were younger. Ignoring creative talent and passion. Not reading enough books. Spending too much time on TVs instead of reading books. Believing success will happen automatically. Quitting too early because of setbacks. Not asking for help when you needed it. I keep saying it, that there's nothing as dangerous as a broke person that is proud. Avoid them, because you will live in regret with them. Living without clear goals. Focusing only on making money and ignoring your purpose.
Advice I give to my younger self and to my daughters, because I have 2 little girls, is to never convince a man or a partner or a woman, whatever you prefer, to marry you, and never convince them to have children with you. If their first reaction when you say that this is what you want, to get married or to have kids, is not in line with what you want, run. Right? Don't convince them. Don't pressure them. Because if that's their initial reaction, that's truly how they feel. People show you exactly who they are, right? And you need to believe them. Because even if they do give you what you want, they will punish you for it. Take it from me. Right? They will resent you, and arguments will come up, and they will bring it up and throw it in your face. Like, well, you're the one that wanted kids, so you do all the work. I told you kids were hard. You're the mom. You do the work. Right? Or, this is why I never wanted to get married, because when people get married, that's when the relationship starts to get really bad. So if their first reaction is not in line with what you want, then run. Okay? Just run. Never convince somebody to marry you. Never convince somebody to have children with you. They need to be on the same page as you.
Life lessons. They aren't gentle. They will break you before they build you. People don't abandon what they value. The hardest person to forgive is the one in the mirror. Do it anyway. People who broke you don't get to decide how you rebuild. Protect your peace the way you'd protect your child, without apology. Rock bottom isn't the end, it's the foundation. You can outgrow people that you once thought you couldn't live without. Stop carrying bags that were never yours to carry. Love yourself enough to disappoint other people. Stop setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm. When they show you their patterns, believe the damn pattern. Don't make loyalty make you look like a fool. Some people only come around you when your silence gets loud. Quit trying to heal in the same place that broke you. If they cared, you wouldn't have to keep explaining. Some bridges are meant to burn. Stop keeping buckets by your side. You're not difficult. You just stop tolerating bullshit. Their version of you lives in their head. Stop trying to fix it. Life doesn't hand out reminders. It hands out lessons. So take them or repeat them.
If I can go back to my 20-year-old self and give her 3 pieces of advice, it would be this. My frontal lobe just developed last year, and I have been seeing everything so clearly. I'm going to help you so you can get to where I am a lot faster. First things first is dating is nowhere near your top 3 priorities in your 20s. You should only be focused on becoming the kind of woman that can attract the kind of man you're looking for. Whatever habits you want to see in your ideal partner, build them in yourself. The health, the wellness, the intelligence, all of it, and then you're going to attract him to you. You don't need to go chase or find anyone else. Next is don't be on the constant search for personal development information, looking for new things all the time. Go back and reread, relearn the things that you have already consumed in the past but haven't fully applied. I have 3 books that I'm rereading this entire decade that I've read over and over and over again. First is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Next is The Defining Decade by Meg J. Third is The Psychology of Money by Morgan House. Whenever I feel like I'm lacking discipline, I go back to Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. Whenever I feel confused and lost in my 20s, I go back to Meg J's The Defining Decade. And whenever I want to feel more confident about the decisions I'm making with my money and the wealth I want to build in the future, I reread The Psychology of Money by Morgan House. So don't go and look for a bunch of new things if you haven't applied the information that you currently have, because by the end of the decade, we should be able to tell that you learned these things because of the results that you have. Last but certainly not least is learn sales, point blank period. Whether you plan on running your own business or just working for someone else, doesn't really matter. Sales is one of those skills that's just going to take you far in life, make you more convincing, the kind of person that just feels like you can talk to anyone. You know that you're confident in the way that you communicate. It's something that can just take you far. In my life, I started learning sales when I was kind of like in my teens, and it's really been the one skill I can always fall back on, because no matter what, I can always sell something else for myself, sell something for someone else. So there's like a skill set that is a safety net for any time I feel unsure about my ability to generate my own income. So learn sales early, learn sales consistently, work on your sales skill no matter what, and whether you want to run a business of your own or work for somebody else, it's going to take you so far in life. So those are my 3 things that have helped me from 20 to 25. I should have done some of them a lot sooner, but hopefully you'll start a lot sooner than I did. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Just a reminder, it is an unwritten rule of life that after every prolonged period of hardship and uncertainty, there comes a period where you achieve quantum leaps across multiple areas of your life. The only requirement is that you do not give up on yourself. So hear me and hear me well. Whatever you walked through, it was not wasted. The waiting, the wondering, the nights you held yourself together with nothing but faith and stubbornness, all of it was preparing the ground for what's arriving. You don't have to know how yet. You don't even have to see it yet. You just have to stay. Stay soft. Stay open. Stay in your own corner. The leap is already in motion. Your job is just to not walk away right before it lands. I am delighted for you. I love you.
Sometimes the greatest flex is saying, you know what? You got it. And walking away with your blood pressure still intact. Here's one of my favorite lessons. You don't need a brand new life. You usually just need better daily habits. Read a little, walk a little, save a little, laugh a little more. Those tiny choices quietly build the future you're hoping for. And don't underestimate your health. Your body keeps receipts. Skip enough sleep, ignore enough stress, and eventually your body sends you an invoice with interest. Trust me, it's not a bill anybody wants. Finally, stop being embarrassed by your past. That younger version of you wasn't foolish. They were learning with the information they had. Without those wrong turns, you wouldn't recognize the right road today. So instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Try asking, what did this teach me? Because every scar, every setback, every disappointment, it either becomes a life sentence or it becomes a life lesson. The choice is yours.